I am of two opinions regarding the making of another episode of A Body in Progress right now. One side of me thinks this is a very bad idea. For one, it's 2 a.m. For another, I cannot find my normal lapel microphone, forcing me to go back to my desktop stand here. I'll go ahead and do it because the other mind that I am of the opinion of is that I really just need to get another one out. This is only the fourth episode that I have produced in 2025, and that is unacceptable. That is way behind, and I need to rectify that. So rectify it I shall. Enjoy the opening credits while I finish my tea. In episode 87, there was a section where I called out many of the people who inspired me to work on my physical fitness to one degree or another. And one of the earliest influences was a brief moment in the basement with Brian Stempian and Doug Eli. And I said I couldn't remember whose house it was, but one of them had a weight bench, and they were doing some bench presses. Doug responded and said that was probably the only time I ever used a bench press in high school. So I'm guessing it was Brian Stempian's bench press, and we were over at Brian's house, and Doug and Brian went down there, and I followed them. And if you didn't hear the whole story, go to episode 87. Anyway, Doug also threw in, since I mentioned seniors Chris Morgan and John Brockenberry, who were much bigger, or at least much more refined, muscular young men. He also says, what? I wasn't in the same group as Chris and John? 6'4" and 175 pounds, not the ideal body type? Yes, Doug was one of the rail thin members of the youth group. I was skinny thin, but it wasn't lean. It wasn't tight. I couldn't see my ribs, things like that. I've told the whole story before, but I wanted to just point out that Doug did see the video and had his responses to it. It has been 17 episodes since the last Behind and Ahead, but that's what we're going to do today. Along with that, I'm going to finish out 2024 in one really quick blitz, and then in 2025, we're going to cover January through June in whatever time is left. And I will just say it right now, that's because very little worth talking about actually happened. When last we sat down together and had a visit, I had just turned 50. And what was interesting about turning 50 was it was very much as if the warranty expired on my birthday. On day one, September 29th, that was a Sunday, I was in the lobby of church. I was headed toward the door when my right knee decided to become extremely painful with each step. It only lasted a couple of minutes, but nevertheless, it had me quite startled that this should come out of nowhere, and wondering how long it was going to last. Thankfully, it was over briefly. Day 2, Monday, September 30th, I got a sudden, very painful stitch in my side, and it lasted for a few minutes, and I wondered what was going on, and thankfully, it was over quickly. Day 3, I got another pain. I actually forget where now. Day 4, my other knee started to hurt. All of these were brief. None of them stayed around and had me, hours later going, when is this thing going to let up? Or worse yet, is this permanent because I'm getting older? But it was really quite amusing. I think it was 5 days in a row, really, by the time I was done, by the time I got back to normal. Just boom, 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 boom. You're old, Brian. In keeping with tradition, we will now switch to a montage of clips from October 1st through December 31st. I do have more footage actually than I remembered, but most of it is centered in October. I don't remember what happened in November and December. My notes are everywhere. I can't even find the notebooks that I was using. It's just I'll tell you all about why later. But anyway, most of that information is just gone. I'm going to throw some clips at you. Some of it I actually narrate from on location, but for the clips that I don't, just understand some of it's workouts, some of it's cardio, some of it's just the stuff that I do to motivate myself to keep going. You've seen it before, like when I step in front of a mirror in the bathroom and I check myself out. I've already admitted in the past, I think, I don't ever normally do that. If there's no camera around, I don't just strip down and step in front of the mirror. But it's kind of a cinematic thing for me. It's kind of a way to start off a new period. I see at least one in here, which I don't know. I think I've probably already showed you. I will make that decision in the editing room. All right, but here we go. October through December 2024 to wrap up the year. It's October 14th, and yeah, the good weather happened one more time, so the hike is happening one more time. I'm at the Burma Trail again, and I decided even before I started that today, it's not about how fast can I go around the 6.5 mile loop, which would normally take me right up into this area. What I'm going to do instead is see how high I can get, because right up here where you reach the highest point of the Burma Trail, there's a side trail that I've never taken. I start going downhill down the other side. There's a side trail that goes up this way, even higher. I don't know how high it gets. I don't know if a person can get all the way up onto that without rock climbing equipment. I'm just going to see how high I can go today and take a picture at the top, and then probably, to save time, just come back down the 2 miles I've already done instead of try to do the full loop. The cargo shorts I'm wearing are rather old. They're on their way out, but I thought surely one more hike would be no problem. Well, I just discovered a gaping hole in the backside and realized this was a bad day to go commando. This is normally the high point. Normally I would go right over there and head down the other side for 4 miles. But today, I'm going to follow this and see how high it goes. Okay, I just saw something. We got to get around this tree for you guys. But that is the trail to the top. There is no switchbacking. I don't know what it'll look like on video, but that is steep. I may not be going all the way up there today. Okay, shooting up the hill like this may not give you a good idea of exactly how steep that is. So let me give you a profile shot of the hill. Yeah. That is a trail I am not trying until I have boots with cleats and hiking poles. about to use the word pointless for, I think, the third time in this episode, if not the fourth. But it feels pointless to go over my goals. They have not changed since 2019 because I have not met any of them in 6 years. That's on me. That's on me. No excuses. I'm just, getting my mind into that place where it's consistent, it's dedicated, it really wants to make these things happen, has just not been my thing. And that needs to change. Obviously, I'm recording this in August of 2025. So you already know that I have many more months to detail where it didn't change. But anyway, drop the weight below 200. Nope. Drop the body fat below 10%. Nope. New PRs for all benchmark exercises. I got to go through and find the data and see which ones anyway, I didn't do it in 2024. I don't think anything set a new record in 2024. Although, was that the year I set a new record for my walk test? I don't remember. Anyway, I have not reached 315 in the bench press, squat, and deadlift, and I have not performed one pull-up. So as always, we take those goals from 2024, we roll them into 2025. The extra added fun goals, I did not complete 2024 push-ups. I did not complete 366 miles. Now, on that one, I was 20 miles short. Ooh, December hit. It got really cold. I got busy with some other things. I fell behind a little bit. I kept kind of readjusting the spreadsheet where I keep track of them. Okay, if I do 2 miles a day, I can make it. Oh, nope. If I do 2.1 miles a day, I can make it. And I'd get some in. And then Christmas came, and then Christmas was over, and I looked at how many were left, and I thought, okay, I can do this. By New Year's Eve, I think I was supposed to go out and get 12 miles. Well, no, that would have been 20. I said it was, I don't know. I don't remember the exact number. I was short. I was short by a frustratingly close amount, but by New Year's Eve, it was a big enough amount that there was no way I was getting out in the cold, getting that many miles, however many it was, and being done in time to go celebrate at my friend's house for our New Year's Eve party. So it was over 330 miles, so I got a lot in. Anyway, I did not enter a powerlifting competition, did not have any guest appearances on video. The fitness film, nowhere near a rough cut, nowhere near. In 2024, I got 3 or 4 interviews. A long way to go on the film as of the end of 2024. And then 50 push-ups in 50 states. No, and you know because you watched my birthday video, my 50th. I hope you did. Video 87. Yeah, I didn't make it by my 50th birthday. So it's also at this point not looking like I will reach it. As suggested in that video, could I get all 50 while I am still 50? And it's not looking like that either. I'm running out of time, and I've been focused on making the movie. So got a lot going on there. What do I want to put under for added fun for 2025? 365 miles. And I am happy to say that right now, as I record this, I am ahead of schedule in terms of a mile a day. If I continue on at the rate I'm going, I should actually finish sometime in October or November before it gets really cold, which is my goal. I want to get ahead and meet that 365 before we head into winter where there might be ice and snow on the ground and it's just miserable going outside. Do I want to enter a powerlifting competition? I'll put that on the list. It's kind of hard reporting to you 8 months into this thing about what I want to put on my goals because I'm running out of time to meet any of them. But if I had sat down and thought about it on January 1st of 2025, yes, we'd do the 365 pedestrian miles, enter a powerlifting competition, 12 guest appearances on video, fitness film, rough cut all the way through, and then finish up the 50 push-ups in 50 states while I'm still 50. So now, quickly, January through June of 2025, everything that has already passed by. In previous workout journals, in previous years when I was younger and had more energy, I would document this month. You'd get whole episodes about a small period of time. January through June, I did work out but it was inconsistent. There's no point in breaking it down. I'm just going to throw a bunch of stuff at you. One more item before I just launch into a montage and give you 90 seconds to 2 minutes of me working out from January through June. And that is, when I get a new piece of gym attire, I try it out on camera. I had some payment. I was in a TV commercial locally, and they paid me with a gift card, which means it wasn't just cash I could spend anywhere. So I went ahead and used part of the gift card on a pair of Matador leggings. Yes, I did that. I have heard about compression leggings and compression shirts and compression shorts, and these looked kind of cool. I will admit it. Their marketing on their website made it look like it'd be kind of cool to own a pair. Plus, I've wanted to for a while now. There are Instagram personal trainers who wear leggings in a lot of their photos and their reels, their videos, and they really do them justice. They look good in them. So I thought, okay, all of that came together to say, okay, now is the time to try it. And I think they were having a sale as well. So here's the footage. And I will say, obviously, I need to work out my legs a lot more so that I really give them that head turning appeal. But I don't know if maybe I got a size too small, but they are quite an adventure to get on. I have gotten better at putting them on since recording this video back in February, but yeah, it was a challenge. I think I even heard a couple seams popping the very first time. I thought, oh no, this is day one and I'm going to rip them wide open. I did not rip them wide open. They are alive, they are well, and they will show up again as I do more squat and deadlift workouts. And with that, 6 months of me working out boiled down to just a couple of minutes. That's it. That's we've turned the page into 2025 and skipped way ahead to July 1st, whenever that's coming. It's coming soon. I'm sure of it. And I got to go. Talk to you next time.